Batman-Arkham Origins is the definition of a Batman game. As with all my other videos, I feel like it's been undeserving of the hate that it got when it first came out, even though now people have switched their attitude and they believe it to be the best in the quadrilogy of Arkham series. I'm one of those people that I love the game since they came out. I mean, obviously it's not perfect, no game is, but I feel like it perfectly encapsulates who Bruce is and who Batman is, especially when Bruce first started as Batman. I feel like they nailed that perfectly. I mean, he was young, he was ambitious, but most importantly, he was angry. And I think that this part in particular really shows that.
You're not some hardened vigilante. You're a young man with a trust fund and too much anger. You're in over your head, and I don't want this to be your end.
Alfred, who do you see when you look at me? The boy whose shoes you used to tie every morning? The teenager you drove to his first date? While you are here every night, I am out there. The only thing between the innocent and the predator.
Be.
No, not maybe. I am. When the mugger or the thief stops to think twice, that is fear. That is what I am. That is why they hired assassins, because I am the reason the criminals breathe easier when the sun rises. So no, Alfred, I am not in over my head. Tonight will not be mine, but it will be then.
It's funny because it kind of gives me this vibe.
Who is it you think you see? A business big enough that it could be listed on the NASDAQ goes belly up. Disappears. It ceases to exist without me. No, you clearly don't know who you're talking to, so let me clue you in. I am not in danger, Skylar. I am the danger. A guy opens his door and gets shot, and you think that of me? No. I am the one who knocks.
Really nail in how much this game had an effect on me. I haven't played the game in years, as it's not even available on the Xbox store anymore. I have to have like a PC or something, or actually have a physical disc, which I do not have to play it. And yet I still remember every piece of the game, and I remember everything that happened. I think that even though the Joker in there is not Mark Hamill, I think that the guy that was emulating Mark Hamill did a pretty good job. And I think that was mainly the core of the hatred for this game, even though him and Mark Hamill sound virtually the same. It's just because it wasn't Mark Hamill that they got upset. I mean, you literally can't tell me that this is not Joker.
Tradition in my house to open one present each on Christmas Eve. How about this one?
How many lives did you just take?
The man perfectly encapsulates the chaotic nature of Joker itself, or at least the mantle. Dude blows up a hospital or a building or something just because it's in his line of sight. It's in the fucking way. Not to mention, they got basically every villain in Batman's Rose Gallery, like, they nailed everything on the head. They got every villain damn near perfect. I'd say really the only one that's kind of is Killer Croc, but even then, he's still accurate. He's just not really that compelling as a villain, because he really wasn't the most interesting ones that were in the game. I feel like Penguin was the most interesting. I feel like Joker was interesting. I feel like how Joker was pretending to be Black Mask the entire time. That was interesting, and it was a big reveal, even though people kind of predicted that would happen. I feel like Deathstroke's fight is really underestimated. Even though the fight can be annoying to some people, I do believe that they did Deathstroke damn near perfect, because him and Batman were like at a standstill the entire fight until Batman basically was just out patienting him. He was just being patient and waiting for his moment, waiting for his opportunity, and he finally got it. That's really the only difference of what makes Batman better than Deathstroke, because even in the comics, Deathstroke is damn near like equal to Batman, like in skill, strength, he's faster, but Batman is just smarter. Deathstroke literally has the same, if not a little bit less, the skills Batman does, and it literally perfectly encapsulates that fight within the game. I mean, the fight takes so long to get over with, and it's because Deathstroke is a formidable opponent, and that's not really what they hit on in Arkham Knight. Deathstroke's fight in Arkham Knight was kind of bad. It was really bad, actually. I didn't like it. I feel like it should have kind of been like Arkham Origins, but different. Then we got to talk about like the best iteration of Bane. I mean, quite literally the best. His motivations are clear, and it's literally not like every other Bane. I'm big and stupid, and I just want to break Batman's back. That's literally all Bane has been for the last 35 fucking years is, oh, I just want to break the Bat's back. I just want to break you. Like, no, Bane is a lot more complex than that. And yes, The Dark Knight Rises, Bane gets a lot of like trash talk, but I feel like he was kind of the blueprint. Even though he was literally trying to break Batman in The Dark Knight Rises, he had other motivations, he had other character traits, and he had other pieces of evidence that he had a lot of depth. But I still feel like the Origins Bane is literally the best Bane that has ever been created. In the comics, in video game, he's literally the best. There's multiple moments in this game that really shows you that he's the best Bane. I mean, for once, look at his appearance. His appearance isn't like, I'm going to be super skinny, anorexic without Venom, right? Venom is just something that helps him when he's almost losing or when he feels like he needs it. It's almost like a last ditch thing that he uses in Origins, because the dude is fucking, he's thick. He's dummy fucking thick. PH thick in Arkham Origins. Like, the dude probably fucking bench presses 7 of me, and he's fucking 9 foot tall. I mean, he's probably 400 or 500 pounds of straight fucking muscle. Plus, you gotta throw on that luchador mask, and of course, it's not the typical Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara looking fucking mask. It actually looks pretty decently cool. Plus, he's kind of hiding his muscularity under a leather jacket, which is pretty cool. I mean, the guy spent his entire life in prison, just like he did in the comics. But the thing is that makes him hate Batman, instead of, I'm going to break the bat, and I'm going to take over. It's actually, I've had nightmares of a giant bat trying to destroy my life and kill me all the way up until now, and I feel like I need to kill the bat and conquer Gotham in the process to find peace. That's exactly why he wants to do what he's doing, is he fucking stayed in prison his entire life and had nothing but nightmares about Batman coming to destroy his life. There's obviously the forgettable rogues, like Black Mask is kind of forgettable, but he's also cool. Copperhead is 100% like forgettable. So is the Electrocutioner. Like, it's just not, they're all forgettable, but the ones that matter, they matter to the fullest extent, and they're done to the best they could possibly be. I also feel like this game was way ahead of its time when it came to Batman lore and when it came to the gameplay mechanics of the game. I mean, you guys gotta remember, this game came out before, like, it came out before Arkham Knight, it came out before the most recent Batman games, and yet it still was pushing forward and innovating in the world of Batman's fighting games, like the mechanics of it and how you juggle and things like that. I feel like Arkham Origins was the blueprint for every existing Batman today. Even though they've completely botched the games and they're basically trash now, story, gameplay, mechanics, everything, I feel like Origins really set the blueprint for what they were trying to go for, but they've ultimately failed at. And this kind of wraps around into my point that Batman Arkham Origins was definitely mistreated, and I feel like it's a pattern. Like, people like to blame the devs and they like to blame the companies, and I do too, believe me. All my other videos, I have literally been shitting on dev teams and CEOs and companies that make these games and stuff like that. But you also got to remember as well that before the stupid boom in our society of pandering nonsense, these movies and games that we considered trash 15 years ago were coming back and saying, oh man, they're legendary pieces of cinema. They're absolutely based. And like, we're saying that now because we've descended into a bar of lowering our expectations every single year, because these games and these movies keep getting worse and worse and worse. So it's like, yes, some of the criticisms that people gave Origins when it came out are valid, but the overall gameplay and story and Batman lore, which obviously matters because it's a fucking Batman game, I think they did damn near perfect. Obviously, it's not perfect, but I think they damn near got it perfect. I mean, there's multiple moments in this game that are just like, wow, that's Batman. Or wow, that's Deathstroke. Or wow, that was something Bane would do. And it really goes to show that, like, even with Watch Dogs, I'm going to use that as an example because that was my last video. The game came out, people shit on it. They decided to go with something different, try and do like a happier tone instead of a gruff, gritty story. They went with a happier story with Watch Dogs 2, and they got shit on even fucking more. I also think that it's more so on the dev team's fault, like 70-30. Games are bad is because people complained about things, and then dev teams are like, oh, we're complaining about this, but we're going to change something that's completely unrelated to what they've said. That's basically how it is. So it's mostly on the dev team's fault and the company's fault, but we got to take some accountability here, guys. Batman-Arkham Origins falls into that sphere of video games and movies that were treated really poorly when they first came out, and then now all of a sudden are pieces of based cinema, legendary cinema, and yet back then people were shitting on it. And it's like, no wonder games and movies are garbage now, because you guys complained about what you consider legendary now back then. How come it's changed? Has the bar really been set that low, you know, that we expect to be fed slop and garbage? We shouldn't expect to be fed this shit, right? Profits go up, and as budgets go up with video games and movies, I expect the quality to also jump up with that. And yet it's not. I just feel like us revisiting these games, even though I've always held these games into high esteem, even when they came out, I feel like you guys should revisit them and give your own opinion on it and not go by what I say or anyone says. I genuinely believe that you should revisit these games and you'll be staunchly surprised, and you'll see the night and day contrast from games back then versus games now. Like, you can polish a turd all you want, but by the end of the fucking day, it's still a turd. And I'm saying that for modern games. Like, modern games, yeah, they look good, right? They look amazing. But the story and the gameplay and the intent and what your goals are, they matter. And if they do not align with your target audience, then you're going to fail. And anyway, that's about it. See ya.
You're still here? Clearly you're not familiar with how this works. See, you're supposed to be already gone. Here, let me help you to the door.